every century, when the clouds swallow the horizon, a hidden city awakens. A city that floats above the world, full of memories and secrets. It's a legend whispered on the wind. A story told to quiet children at bedtime. But for one girl, it was more than just a story. It was a promise. Arya had always been a dreamer, spending her days drawing maps of places and fantastical creatures. She felt a connection to the sky, a pull she couldn't explain. Standing on the familiar hilltop, overlooking her small town. "And gold," she whispered to the clouds, "I know you're there. I'll find you." Tonight felt different. The air was charged with a strange energy. Drawn by an instinct she couldn't ignore, Arya raced to the old, abandoned wind tower at the edge of town. The wind howled around her, carrying whispers that seemed to beckon her upward. The stone was cold and rough beneath her fingers as she climbed, each movement fueled by a fierce determination. "I just need one step closer," she muttered, her breath catching in the chilly air. As she finally pulled herself onto the very top of the tower, breathless and heart-pounding, the swirling clouds above her parted. There, suspended in the heavens like a jewel, was a city of impossible beauty. Towers spun from pure gold reached for the stars, and rivers of liquid light flowed through its ethereal streets. Zeralus, the city that sleeps in the sky, alive for the first time in 100 years. With a leap of faith, Arya stepped from the tower onto a bridge of solidified cloud and entered the city. The air was warm and hummed with a soft, ethereal melody. The streets weren't made of stone, but of compacted starlight, and the buildings pulsed with a gentle inner glow. Drifting all around her were tiny, glowing orbs of light, no bigger than her thumb. They danced and swirled through the air, whispering forgotten songs and half-remembered dreams from generations long past. These were the echoes, the living memories of the city. A chorus of soft whispers filled the air, seeming to speak directly to her. "Remember us. Protect us." Overwhelmed by the sheer wonder of it all, Arya could only breathe one word: "It's beautiful." The city felt ancient yet brand new, a sanctuary of imagination held aloft by the dreams of the world below. But where there is light, suddenly, the soft music grew tense, and the gentle glow of the city dimmed. Dark, sinister tendrils began to creep across the floating streets, extinguishing the light of the echoes they touched. A menacing voice, cold and echoing, slithered through the air. "The memories below belong to us. No dreamer can stop us." The shadows coalesced, forming dark, indistinct figures that seemed to drain the very color from the air. Fear pricked at Arya, but it was quickly replaced by a surge of protectiveness. She had found this magical place, and she would not see it destroyed. Planting her feet firmly, she shouted back, her voice clear and strong. "I won't let you take them." The shadows surged toward her, their dark tendrils lashing out like whips. Arya sprang into action, her years of climbing and exploring paying off as she jumped from one floating bridge to another, dodging the grasping shadows. She was fast, but she knew she couldn't outrun them forever. Strength alone wouldn't win this fight. She realized that the shadows weren't just attacking the city, they were attacking its very essence's memories. And that's when it hit her. She couldn't fight them with her fists, but perhaps she could fight them with imagination. She reached out, not in aggression, but with an open heart, calling to the frightened echoes. They responded, swirling around her in a brilliant vortex of light and sound. Gathering the courage of 1,000 forgotten dreams, she shouted, "You wanted to steal memories. But memories protect themselves." She thrust her hands forward, and the echoes shot out, weaving themselves into a sparkling net of pure light. The shadows shrieked as the net fell upon them, their darkness unable to withstand the brilliance of so many concentrated hopes and dreams. Trapped and overwhelmed, they dissolved, vanishing back into the mist from which they came. As the last shadow faded, the city of Irelis shimmered brighter than ever, its streets once again filled with the soft, peaceful hum of the echoes. Irelis was safe, saved not by a great warrior, but by the bravery of one curious heart. As the first rays of dawn began to touch the horizon, Arya knew it was time to leave. The city began to grow transparent, preparing for its long slumber. As a farewell gift, the echoes swirled around her sketchbook, their light seeping into a blank page. When they receded, a magical map was left behind, its lines glowing softly, a map that could guide her back whenever the clouds whispered her name. Holding the impossible gift, Arya smiled. "I'll come back, and I'll never forget." She watched as Irelis faded completely, returning to its hidden place in the clouds. Some cities exist only for those who dare to imagine. And some dreams only survive if someone believes in them.